to disrupt the figure of the manager and to protect the other situation in every moment. And now, until now, I try to hide the situation, but now no, because I repeat, I don't want to see what I have seen today, because this is unacceptable. Also for the respect for the fans.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening to us, you're tuned in to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I'm here today. We're a little bit lighter than usual. I'll introduce those that's in the room. To my left, we've got
Dre, man.
Dre, man, who are you representing today?
As always, Man United, man. Never changes.
Bro. And then we keep that circuit moving.
What do you do? Marley Marl here. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm not too bad as well. Who are you representing for the listeners that may not have heard us yet?
Manchester United and only Manchester United moving forward. Crystal Palace are moving mad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're going to touch on that. Crystal Palace have severed ties with Uncle Pat.
Yeah, it's at times.
Yeah, I'm going to be your host for the day. I go by the name of Strives or Striver, and I represent and support Arsenal Football Club. It's been a week of ups and downs for us, but we will touch on that in a moment. But before we get into the podcast, I just want to let everybody know where they can find us. We are on all digital streaming platforms. You can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on the Google platform. You can find us on Apple. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Acast. You can literally find us everywhere. On the social media, on Twitter, we're Podcast Pundits _. On Instagram, we're podcast.pundits. And on TikTok, we're Podcast Pundits. You may have heard a few of our clips going viral. We've been fortunate in that aspect. Hopefully that translates to more listeners.
Hopefully.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, your hosting voice is different than your speaking voice.
Someone said that. Someone said that to me. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more natural. You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk properly. But yeah. So we're missing Joey Nomadic and we're missing Del Estrada and a couple of our guests. Joey Nomadic's enjoying a holiday, and Del Estrada's he's got a big occasion coming up that he's prepping for. So we're gonna just hold the fort for you guys.
Hold tight, the gang.
Yeah,
man. It's been a good weekend. Before we just crack on, Dre, man, do anything over the weekend?
They're just grinding it out, man.
Yeah,
you got to grind it out. Got to look after the fam. That's what you do when you get older. Jeez,
man. Talk for yourself, bro.
Talk
for yourself, man. Marley Mar, how's your weekend?
Yeah, it was decent still. Actually went to one decent event in Brixton called Tiempre. It was actually pretty decent, I can't lie.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that event, man.
It's alright still. Yeah. If you're ever in town in Brixton on a Saturday? It's usually on a Saturday, right? Like do brunch events, right?
Oh yeah. I think I heard about that one. Sound Clash brunch. Was it something to do with Usher?
Something like that. Check them out, guys.
Yeah, sort of highlights. But
there's some good highlights out there. Yeah, check it out, people.
Swiftly moving on. Let's start off with what happened in the midweek. We had a little bit of European football. Obviously, with it just being Arsenal and Manchester United correspondents at the table, it only makes sense to start off at what happened at the Europa midweek. I was, I don't know, it depends how you look at it. Fortunate or unfortunate to be there at the Emirates to see Arsenal. Obviously, if you listened to last week's episode, I was extremely confident that we was going to get the job done. I was extremely confident that we was going to put out a team that would see Sporting CP, because a lot of people call them Sporting Lisbon, but it's actually Sporting Club Portugal. Thought we'll see them off nicely, but yeah, it wasn't to be, man. It wasn't to be. Good start to the game.
It's crazy what the kind of things you learn after defeating it.
You know what? Yeah. He's true. You know what though? It was that defeat. Yeah, you know, like. So we drew that game, yeah. So for the listeners that I'm sure everybody knows, but yeah, so we drew that game 1-1. It went to extra time, and then we ended up losing in penalties. That's one of the worst ways to lose.
100% always the worst way to lose.
On a Thursday night, you're just expecting a clean performance so you can go home easily. And you know what made matters worse? I brought my daughter there, like my little girl. That was her first game at the Emirates.
Bless her.
Yeah, she was.
She saw a spectacular goal though.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh yeah, the half time. Yeah.
I think there's only one spectacular one.
No, I mean, I thought Xhaka's goal was pretty spectacular, to be fair. It was quite great.
His celebration was...
Who am I kidding, man? Who am I kidding? Hey, that goal jarred me, man. That
was crazy.
You know what? It was a good goal. I think Jorginho, and Xhaka, incidentally, they got caught in possession. They got caught, and then I can't remember the guy's name. Was it Pote or something like that? Caught them slipping, and he hit a sweet shot, literally just after the halfway line. Ramsdale, he does the sweeper keeper thing.
Yeah, scrambling, absolutely scrambling.
Yeah, man, it was a beautiful goal, if I do say so myself.
What is it? Was it like being in a stadium and seeing a goal like that?
Yeah,
like does it just go mad quiet?
Bro, you see that their fans turn up.
But we talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, we at their ground. I said it reminded me of like just
no,
from the
but
TV.
when they go away as well, bro. I've been to like when I went to the Ammonia game.
Oh yeah,
with my cousin's husband.
Yeah,
fans are just different caliber, different breed.
Fans are definitely different, and the European fans in general are. So when we went to Sevilla, a couple of weeks ago, I that was one of the best atmospheres I've been in a while. Like you go in, you walk up the steps, like it's really like you're going to like a Colosseum type thing.
Okay.
Like you're walking up, the lights are off. Jeez. Like so they've got like miniature spotlights kind of thing. It just looks dope. It absolutely dope. And then the band is playing like from minute 1 to minute 90, like the whole they're lit.
Yeah, Mali, that's exactly how it was. They didn't keep quiet from second 1 to 120.
Even when they go down as well.
They kept on going to the point, where I was thinking, look, we're at home. Like we can't be letting them outdo us.
They do though.
Yeah, no, it was wild. They supported their team all the way to the end, and man, it was just a quick insight from me. I think that Arteta,
was it to do with the changes?
Yeah, I think the team was good enough to beat Sporting CP, but then it wasn't good enough because we didn't win. I think if we went strong, just like I said last week, I'm sure we when I say strong, we were strong. But if we went with our strongest 11,
with your normal 11,
and then you do early subs, maybe with the you could have probably, I would have probably put Tierney in rather than Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko had a weird 2 games, and Jesus. If you're gonna start Jesus, I would have probably played him for an hour rather than just the 45 minutes. If he was going to do that, then I think you probably should have brought Jesus on as a sub rather than start him, because what that then done is we kind of were clamped and we had to keep Vieira on the pitch.
But do we know the reasons for these changes, or was it just him trying to be like Pep? Because that's what I was confused, because I was looking to see, as in he said this from early, like I'm going to ring changes, but I couldn't see anything. It was almost like this is the team for today. And again, obviously, people were saying, "Oh, he might be looking at Palace." But then I thought, you're at home again. Palace is on Sunday. You got time.
He probably is, isn't it? Like the starting lineup suggests that he is. If you needed an indicator that it's prioritizing the Premier League, that would have been it. Because this is a competition that you can still win. You're one of the favourites, like alongside probably Man United. Like you can,
That's true.
You can win this, but.
Definitely.
Because did Reece Nelson start, right? No.
Nelson started, but Nelson,
he did all right. Man. I thought,
No, but I know where Marley Marl's going to go with it. Like, if you're not like a fan of the club, you're not thinking of Nelson as a player that you start. But he's probably one of the like most gifted and talented players that's come out of the academy.
Yeah, no, he definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like best team, you start Saka, even if he is potentially tired or people think he should have a rest. Like you start him. Like you play your best team. I think I said in a couple of podcasts ago, like you play your best team available when they're available.
Yeah, apparently he was like thinking more about the FaceTime with Kim Kardashian than the game. Apparently, I don't know. That's what was it?
J-Man's coming with the jokes today.
No, but what was that about, bro?
You know what? She was at the PSG game this weekend as well, and I think did PSG lose as well?
They lost 2-0.
Yeah. So what is it, the Kim Kardashian curse instead of the Drake one? Now?
I think she's starting something new there. I hope she goes and supports City at the Etihad when they're playing Arsenal.
She's definitely not welcome at United.
But no, with obviously Arteta obviously had one eye on the Palace game, and rightfully so, because Palace is Arsenal's bogey team.
You said that before.
Yeah, in my opinion, and I don't think we'd beaten them since 2018. Actually, we'll probably need to fact check that, but I think that's the stat. So yeah, you definitely going to be a bit wary there. And at that time, they still had Uncle Pat, so you know. You're definitely going to be a bit wary of them. And we were a little bit unfortunate as well with the injuries to Tomiyasu and Saliba as well. So that forced 2 early changes immediately.
That definitely had an effect.
Yeah. Holding came on and played well, if I do say so myself.
Hey, hold tight his hairline as well. Have you seen his hair?
Bruv, he's back.
Yeah, fully back.
Bruv, I saw his hair and I was like, hold on, what? How much the flights to Turkey?
Y'all know I've been researching.
His hair is looking luscious, bruv. What?
Listen, if you get to that stage of the European competition, my opinion is try and win it.
Yeah.
But most Arsenal fans are upset because we deserve cup runs, but we also are looking at it as a potential blessing in disguise, which only becomes that blessing if Arsenal go on to win the Premier League. I think the major talking point for the day was Martinelli missed a decisive penalty, which, yeah, he missed the penalty. The way he's walk up, he looked a little bit nervous to me, but yeah, he didn't miss, but his penalty got saved. And obviously that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And speaking of wingers, Martinelli and Rashford, they've been compared in recent weeks.
Wow. What?
Yeah. Just wait for me. Because obviously they've been compared in recent weeks because Martinelli's been scoring.
Oh, yeah, the stats.
Yeah, doing dope in the Prems. So is Rashford. So obviously it was only fitting to see what was going on over at United. And United were playing and Real Betis.
But before you move on to that, I just want to say one thing, that you guys did have a lot of efforts, but I think we need to do a big shout out to Arden, who played in goal for them, because he did make a lot of good saves. And I think he was their captain as well, right?
Yeah, he made some good saves. I think the one that sticks out in my mind was the Trossard chance that came off the post. I feel like he should have put that away. But
that's what I'm saying. That he had a good game and then saved the penalty, and I think he was a captain as well. I think overall, I thought that guy has saved his club and gotten through to the next round, and that's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regardless of whether these people should be slotting the ball away, if they keep it saving it, respect to him.
And Ramsdale doesn't. I don't know if I've seen that guy save a penalty before. I'm so.
Yeah, what was he doing on
that?
That
sounds wrong. That sounds. He looks like a good penalty saver, if anything.
Yeah, but what was he doing on the line though? He was doing the old.
Operative word is he looks. He does a lot of theatrics. But when you actually watch the
He was doing a Dudek. You know when Dudek used to do the
gobbler?
Yeah.
There were certain times, the ball's already gone in the back of the net and then he's diving after.
Yeah, that was mad. I've seen that.
I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, obviously Martinelli, he didn't score his penalty, and he's the guy that's in form for us and the guy that's in form for Manchester United, Rashford.
Hold tight.
Yeah.
Whilst Martinelli was having his penalty saved, Rashford was scoring scorchers.
Scoring sweet strikes. Also missing sitters though, mind you, but he was scoring...
Missing rugby kicks.
Yeah.
Real 3 points for those ones.
Real, but then moments later, scoring scorchers.
Yeah.
Talk to me, guys. How did you... obviously, you were pretty much through.
Yeah, we were comfortable in that game. I thought it was a relatively easy. I was kind of half watching it and saying, like, that's a fantastic place to be in as well. You know, you're in a knockout game and you just think you're all right. Half watching it kind of thing. Yeah, Rashford, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. Like he needs to add a little bit more composure to his game, which he's displayed traits of improvement in his finishing this season. So hold tight, Benny McCarthy on that one. Probably
he's doing well.
doing his thing. But yeah, we know he's got the ability to Russie a shot. I told you guys about Russie a few episodes ago. Hopefully you listened to that one. He's got the ability to Russie a shot, top bins with a sweet strike. And this one, he applied a little bit more technique to the strike, because usually it's just power. This one he put a little bit of slice in it.
Yeah.
Bottom corner. Yeah, he's looking good, man. I'm very, very happy with Rashford at the minute.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think even watching that game, we knew that we didn't have to do much in that game. That they had to come for us, and they actually did have a good few chances. And again, for us, a shout out to De Gea, because he saved us at times. And I know we complain about him, but some of these saves, sometimes I go through it and I think back to important games. We'll move on, obviously what happened yesterday as well. But he just makes some good saves for us. And when he does, we need it. But other than that, we were comfortable. We kind of let them come at us. Rashford got that goal. The tie was there. I think they almost knew it was going to be impossible to score 3 goals.
Yeah. Sevilla in the next round. What are you thinking?
That I'm worried about that, because we haven't ever beaten them in the Europa apparently.
Yeah, and I'm
worried.
Sevilla, if it feels like it's very much the case of that is their tournament.
Yeah,
but
was that when they had Unai?
When they had Unai, yeah, Unai's the guy that brings it home for them. They're actually on the maybe they've sacked him already, but they're apparently going to sack their manager.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So Man United are going to be playing another bounce back team. Jesus,
oh God, you guys have been victims to that.
Yeah, it's tough, but I feel like with Ten Hag, I'm just this is probably a good time to play one of these teams. Yeah,
across 2 legs, I'm confident that we will be okay.
We're home. Are we home first? Is that right? I think we're home first.
Let me have a check.
I think we are.
What I do know is that Man United have got 9 games in the month of April. we're the way we're getting pammed by these fixtures. Yeah, it's like help me.
How do you feel about that? Because a part of me feels like, from the outside looking in, even as a rival fan, I'm a little bit impressed. I wouldn't mind if we had the team, the squad, and the mindset to try and go for as many trophies as possible. I'm not saying that I would swap our seasons or anything, but I'm just saying that does it feel exciting to be in this many cups? And you've already bagged one cup.
It's exciting, but then it's worrying as well, because even Ten Hag has come out and said, he's kind of realizing now that the squad is not as in depth as he wants it to be. And he's only kind of relying on certain people. For instance, for me, I'm not really sure how long Maguire is going to be there. For instance, that's one example. And we just need to add to artillery to make us better. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're working with what we've got, and we're doing all right. So we can only just continue doing what we're doing under 10. And if we go out, at the end of the day, it'd be great. For me, 10, it's already been a great season anyway. For me, regardless, because the philosophy he's instilled into us, we're back to playing kind of football.
So is it a great season if you've already bagged 1 trophy, you've got the Carabao Cup? Yeah, is it a great season because of that? So whatever happens from here, it doesn't matter, or do you still need to finish top 4 for it to be a great season?
Yeah, I think if we was to finish in top 4, I would say that would be the minimum requirement. Yeah. I think at the beginning of the season, what I kind of set out as a what I need to see to be happy is Manchester United playing more attractive football, being consistent with that football, so it's not relying on individuals. We're actually got some kind of patterns of play which we're seeing. Get top 4, which we're on track to do at the minute, being in 4th place.
Yep.
And then a bonus would have been a cup.
Yeah.
And the League Cup is probably the cup you look at we can get this one.
I think a cup is definitely a bonus. I never expected us to win a cup this year, if I'm honest.
So is that why you're using the word great?
Yeah, I would, because I think nobody expected us to do anything this season, if I'm completely honest. Even for me, I didn't think we'd even get top 4. I didn't.
No, I thought we would.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought we would. I wouldn't say at the minute the season's been No, at the minute it's been great. At the minute, what we're doing is great because we're still in the competitions. If we weren't in those competitions like the Europa League and the FA Cup, I would say it was an okay season because 10 is
having won the Carabao.
Yeah, I would have said it was an okay season so far. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, at the minute, the way the route we're heading in, it's a great season though. He's overachieving. No one would have thought he would have done this in the first season.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you there. I don't think anyone would have expected you to be in the semi-finals of a cup, having one cup already in the bag, and still be quite firm favourites to finish in the top 4. I expected you to be probably top 6. I thought you was going to have ups and downs this season. But that was not like in any disrespectful way to United. It's just obviously,
No, it's for where we was at.
Yeah, but
nobody saw that.
Yeah, but
before he stepped in.
To be fair, when you think about where you was at, I think when you think about it, the main solution probably was you had one massive character in Cristiano Ronaldo that probably was kind of stunting the growth and the play of a lot of the team, because it's like the moment he's gone, it's like everybody's. So I promise you, I'm not trolling, but the moment he has gone.
The irony of this, if you listen to the first episodes, people, roll back the tapes.
Yeah, but you know what? You do still need to show him some respect because he was scoring all your goals and whatnot. And I'm just thinking, like, there's a way that you find a way to keep him in. Like, you're playing with records.
But do you remember when everyone was saying, like, if he's not in the team, we would find a way to score goals anyway, because we were doing it the season before him. He was the word you was using was did you say stunting the growth?
Yeah,
I would have said he stifled us. Like when he's in the team, everything has to go through Ronaldo. With him not in the team, everyone else is able to to live a little bit. Bruno's doing his thing again. Is back to being Bruno pretty much, like creating a lot of chances in games, getting assists, getting goals,
and diving.
I mean, that's Bruno. I mean, yeah. If he was another player, I'd hate him. But
I'm with you. And I think obviously in what you're saying and in acknowledging that fans are so fickle, because actually the answer was staring you in the face the whole time. And I set a few United fans, probably yourself, Marley Mar, I think you may have been one of them, had always kind of said that if Ronaldo wasn't in the team, that's not the end of United, to be honest. And then there were some people that obviously gave Ronaldo the credit for scoring all those goals and thought he was more important than maybe he was. But
I think, I don't know, if you're a Man United fan and you saw Ronaldo, what he did, obviously not the last season but the one before that, and he did all right. For me, the problem was we kept him on another season. Then we saw that he was doing garbage, but then he was still like getting the games. And I think that's where the problem was, until like we kind of 10 came in and put his foot down and was like, yeah, you've been playing trash. Like, you're going to have to hit the bench.
I thought his first season at Man United, I mean, it was okay, but it was.
But he scored goals though. That's why you can't like.
He scored goals, but I love a lot of people overhyping, like, oh, this will be the end of Man United. I mean, he scored 16 goals. Was it 16 something? It was pretty meaty. Like, let's be honest. Like, compared to what Ronaldo
normally
was, like you could see that his fire, his style wasn't shining as bright as it was.
Well, being harsh though, because he's like, you know, in his late 30s now, you know.
Well, yeah. Have you seen how he's been moving in the El Nassr?
Yeah,
El Nassr.
He had that long range free kick.
He's moving like very, very petulant. Like, he needs to be careful because they'll just put him in the desert, bruv.
Oh my days! No, I haven't got wind of that.
Just put him in the desert, bruv. Just bury him in the sand, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you got obviously you got your Carabao in the bag, or Carabao in the bag.
You're taking the mic, bro. It's Carabao Cup.
Yeah, Carabao Cup.
What did you say?
I don't know. You just couldn't say it.
Yeah,
I don't know whether he was doing it on purpose.
No, because we went on holiday to Carabao. Carabao Carnival.
Hate it, bruv.
So obviously now you're in the runnings for. You're still on course for the treble. The quadruple's probably off the cards now. I'm not sure that you guys can win the Premier League at this point. Where do you see your season? How do you see your season ending? If you were a betting man, how are you?
I'd probably say 4th in the league.
4th?
Yeah, I'd say 4th. You know, I think with these games, I think that we might drop off in the Prem. I'm worried in the Prem, to be honest. If obviously if we stay third, cool. But I think we might drop to fourth. But I'd expect us to win the Europa now. And then drop out the FA Cup.
Yeah. I mean, fourth is it's not unrealistic. I don't think that's.
I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen.
I like the mentality that 10 is bringing to the team. Like he's real old school Manchester United. Like Ollie used to say all the time, "Oh, they're Man United," but like, how is the application? I feel like 10 really does have application. He's blatantly came out and said we need to win every single game, period. Yeah, and
that's why I'm impressed.
Bro, that's a winner, bro.
Yeah, because he said it like there's no point being like, because we know that after the FA Cup, it's like there's no point going to semi. Like we got to get to the final and win the final.
Win it. You're in the competition. Like you're getting far. Like let's win it. Like I'm fucking with him, bro. He's got that type of energy we need, bro.
He's got that mentality.
So obviously you guys are in the semi-final, and you guys had to come up against a volatile, some might say resistant Fulham. You played them and you beat them quite comprehensively. There was quite a few talking points.
There were.
How would you assess your performance in that game? Because
we wasn't great. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was one of our worst performances, to be honest.
So would you attribute your win? Would you say you won that game, or would you say Fulham lost that game?
I think regardless if Willian had got sent off or not, if Sancho's goal went in, I think we would have pushed on, because that's normally what we've been doing. We've normally been going down. We will get one to draw it, and then we'll come back and hopefully win it. Obviously, what happened, were deciding factors, and they helped us. But I think we have that mentality to do what we do. And if I'm honest, I was glad Fulham scored against us, because we were trash up to that point. Only once Fulham scored did we look like we had a bit more intent to push on. And sometimes I think that happens because I think, like they said, since the 27th of December or even after the World Cup, it's been like every 3-4 days in it, Moima. So
yeah, it's been an aggressive lineup. I would say I don't even say. People keep saying we were fortunate to win the game, but I mean, what the red cards done, they tipped the scales in our favour. But even if Willian didn't get sent off, we would have had a penalty, and it would have potentially been 1-1, more than likely 1-1. And Man United's form this season indicates that if we can get back in the game around the 69th minute, 70th minute at Old Trafford,
yeah, we had enough time.
Yeah, there's more than likely we would have won that game without having, been given a bit of a favour.
Yeah,
when I say favour, it wasn't really a favour. It was a red card, and then Mitrovic
it
lost his
a favour because Willian, that was a handball.
Yeah, it's mad.
I know. I think it was lightly contested by a few people, but for anyone contesting that is a hater, and that was definitely a handball. So
yeah, do you know what it was a similar kind of handball to when Suarez done it against Ghana in the World Cup. It's a blatant handball. It's a red card. You know you're going to get a red card. Even no matter how you dice it, you're going to get a red card. I said it before the pod. That's like one of them ones like, I'm taking one for the team. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to get this red card. Hopefully they save the penalty, and then we're still 1-0 up, and then we can hold out for the win. That's how I saw it. But yeah, man, it was a red card, man.
Yeah. I mean, other than Sancho, I think Sancho was probably one of your standout performers in that game. But I do feel like United looked a little bit off the pace. Like, I think you play Brighton in the next round. I think you have to be a lot better than you were against Fulham if you want to get past Brighton, because obviously we've seen what Brighton's form's been like in the league. But obviously after Willian's been sent off and the penalty's been scored, I think why some people may have said that United were fortunate is because obviously Mitrovic had that howler.
Yeah, that massive outburst, but apparently it was to do with earlier decisions that he wasn't happy about.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he basically there's a couple of times he went down in the box that he thought that it was a penalty.
He looks like he has anger management issues.
Yeah, I don't think it helped that his manager got sent off as well, because for me, I know the manager was like trying to kind of defend his actions, but for me, like, how can you do what you did and then you're gonna talk to your player now and go like, what you did was a bit mad? Like, but I think he's almost siding with his player and saying, I can get where he's coming from because I thought that he had 2 penalties that he should have had. So it's a bit crazy, but in that moment, I think Mitrovic needs to keep his head and just go like, okay, we've lost a guy, but we're still in this game. It's 1-1. He now has this outburst at the ref and then pushes him and then gets sent off.
What do you say to those people that liken it to when Bruno pushed the assistant referee against?
Yeah. Nah. To be honest, I did think back to that.
It's totally different.
Why is it totally different?
Because one has cards and one has a flag. Yeah,
this guy is a jerk.
So it's absolutely different. Like Bruno's just smart. He's a smarter animal than Mitrovic is, isn't it?
But the referee in that game just had a word with Bruno.
Yeah.
And they
didn't even have a word, you know.
Oh, didn't he?
Nah, they didn't have a word. I think they might have checked it in VAR. Or they checked something.
Okay, what? So Bruno literally just got off scot-free?
He got off scot-free. This is what I'm saying.
But I think before that, I think the ref, before he even got pushed, he got a lot of abuse from him. Like, a lot.
That referee always gets it. He always gets it. I think that's the one that hands out bare cards, isn't it? Back in the day when I was betting on cards, he was my go-to guy.
Yeah.
The referee for the Fulham game?
Fulham game, yeah.
Okay.
He likes to hand them out.
Do you think, how many games should Mitrovic be banned for?
I said 5, but I've heard 10.
I've heard 10 as well. 10
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, 10 is.
I think it's a step too far.
You get 10 for racist language on the pitch.
Yeah, I think you do want to send out a firm message that this is not acceptable. That you should not be handling the referee whatsoever. But I think a red card and.
What's the normal red card? 3 games?
3 games, yeah.
So I think it should be doubled then.
No,
6.
I'll say 4, man. Because, like, okay, for instance, if you'll get a 4-match ban for like a dangerous tackle, yeah. Pushing the referee is not necessarily dangerous, but it should be seen as severe as a dangerous tackle. So I think a 4-match ban is sufficient.
He actually offered the referee out. He offered him a straightener. Do you see him? Like, you know when you got to and you bounce your forehead. Come on, bro. That's a 5-piece at least, bro. Minimum.
Yeah,
he was moving 5-piece, bro.
He was moving.
That's
crazy.
5 games, bro.
No, he let the Fulham fans down, man. Like,
he did.
He let the Fulham fans down. That behaviour was poor, but United did had what it took to.
Sabitzer scored a bad boy goal after that.
Yeah, ruthless, bro. Ruthless.
And that started again with Sancho overlapping with Shaw.
Yeah.
And then Shaw finally a bit, so that was a good goal. And obviously Bruno then.
Bruno does what Bruno does.
Yeah, man. So United's into the semi-finals. Brighton, that should be a tough one. And then you've got the Europa to look forward to, and then your league run. You're looking up for United.
Looking all right.
Yeah. Let's head back to the Premier League and go back to the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Arsenal were obviously having been knocked out of the Europa on penalties. It was, how are the team going to respond?
Especially having no manager.
Yes. Obviously, as we know, Uncle Pat got relieved from his duties. What do you think about that? Did you think? I think somebody said it, maybe even last week, that he's on our podcast that he's walking a thin line. But yeah. I can't lie to you, I didn't expect him to get sacked. What do you make of that? Did you think it was? Did he have it coming, or it was risky?
I think when you've won 12 games without a win, it is difficult to defend him effectively. I wouldn't have sacked him because Palace they're floating around the relegation zone, but they're pretty comfortable.
They're 3 points off the relegation zone.
3 points off the relegation zone, and they've had some difficult ties, really, really difficult ties. So I think you need to kind of take that into account. I think to let him go now and potentially bring in Roy Hodgson, allow it, bruv.
Yeah,
like allow it. I like, as I said, like Man United is my second. Man United, Crystal Palace are my second team, so I can't support that, bro. I've done a whole season with Roy Hodgson as a season ticket holder, bruv. It was dead, bruv.
I think for Roy Hodgson to be the man that's touted to take charge, that is a bit of a slap in the face. And I think context is always required in every scenario. And just looking at the fixtures that Crystal Palace have had since the turn of the year, they've had to play Tottenham. Obviously, they got beaten quite badly by Tottenham, and Tottenham was a team that was have been struggling to score goals, and they comprehensively dealt with Palace, which obviously wasn't a good look. But they've played Chelsea, they've played United, they've played Newcastle, who's obviously been on the ascendancy this season. They've played United again. They've had to play Liverpool, Brentford, who have been performing well, and then obviously Brighton. And then obviously most recently Arsenal. I don't think that those are the easiest set of fixtures. Yeah. And to have all those fixtures and still be hovering around a mid-table position, I felt it was a little bit harsh for
me. I think they were doing all right, to be fair. And I think this whole thing of them not being able to get shots on goals, I think has probably been a problem.
Yeah, they've only scored 22 goals this season.
I think that's been their main issue.
But I've seen Liverpool struggle to get shots on target in a couple of a couple of games. It was obviously not a flattering stat, but
the only thing that I'm thinking, like from a chairman's perspective, obviously you like the money to stay in the Prem is so high now that do you leave it to a point where you're almost like battling it out for relegation to change, or do you go, before we get into that situation, let's just try and keep ourselves in the Prem. That's what I think. That's why I think they got rid of him, because I think they were worried. They're worried that they might get relegated, which is likely. But it can happen.
I think they'll be alright. I think it was a.
But it was a bit hasty, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say hasty. I don't think it's a hasty decision, but I think it was a.
Rash,
yeah. It's probably the same thing too. But yeah,
I would have given him another 3 games
to give him to the end of the season, bro. Like you've committed, and where are we now? Like 28 games played.
Yeah, but what happened? Okay, you give him to the end of the season and you get relegated.
But there's a good chance that he won't. Exactly. And you consider as again context. You consider the games that he's just played as well. Like let him get to the end of the season.
And a lot of them were tight games. They're talking 0-0s, 1-1s. He picked up a good few draws in there, and if he was losing, it was by the odd goal.
Exactly.
He gets sacked, and then
exactly. They weren't really getting piped. They just weren't like scoring enough goals. That's been their main problem all season.
It's rude, and then you bring in someone like this, Roy Hodgson, who's struggling to breathe right now, and then he. Inverted commas, he saves them from relegation, and that fact of the matter is, Vieira could have done the same thing. It stinks.
Yeah, it stinks.
It's lousy. It's a shame.
It's a howler, and I feel like obviously they had to come and play my guys Arsenal at the Emirates, and I felt like they got the deserved treatment for that. It was quite a comfortable game. Zaha looked quite dangerous to begin with.
Hit the post, didn't he?
Hit the post, and then Arsenal were very fortunate, as in it rebounded off Ramsdale's.
That could have been a howler, bro.
Yeah, that could have been like an own goal, but he went out for a corner, and that could have completely reversed the momentum of the game. But obviously it wasn't to be. And then shortly after, Martinelli, who obviously is getting over the disappointment from the Europa a few days prior, he gets on the score sheet, scoring, increasing his tally again, having a blinder of a season. Starboy Saka.
Yeah,
Starboy Saka, man. Is he the best right winger?
Say something crazy.
Is he the best right? Is he the best right winger in Europe right now? Is he or?
I feel like you should have given me some time to prepare the answers to that question.
Exactly.
I need to do
my research.
I need to do a deep dive on the form of right wingers across Europe. But at the minute, he's on the madness. He's on the madness. He's creating goals. He's scoring goals. He's looking composed. Like, he's a star boy. Let's call it what he is, man. He's a good player, man. He's a good player.
He registered an assist. He got 2 goals as well.
Yeah, his numbers are crazy.
Yeah,
double digit for goals and assists.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think there's only 5 players in the top 5 leagues that have managed that, and I think he's the 5th one there. So a great season. I think he's on 12 goals now, 10 assists, and I can't see him slowing. Up.
Yeah, I ain't mad at Saka doing well. Real Madrid just need to save him real quick, because then I can really support him.
He'd be dope there as well.
He would be sick in it. I mean, him and Vinicius either side wings. Woo-wee! Come on, hey, Real Madrid, sort it out.
Listen, we got Martinelli and Saka. Like, that's a whoosh. You know what I mean?
Not as. It's more like
takes a little trough dive, doesn't it?
So obviously, with this, with Arsenal getting such a comfortable win, what do you make of their title aspirations, guys? Like, do you? Obviously,
it's yours
United,
to lose, bruv. It's yours to lose.
I'm going to disagree.
But
you
know
there.
why I would say it's yours to lose and put it into context is that I thought, Arsenal have done this now. So I went and had a look at the fixtures. There's some tricky ones for you.
Bruv, their next 10 games are mental, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
crazy.
Like, so that's why I want
business end.
I want Draymond to to let me
that's
know
what I'm saying. Why I'm saying it's yours to lose now is because I think it's like your manager said, every game is a final. You need that mentality. And there's no point in the season where I thought that you didn't have that mentality. Okay, bar like obviously losing to City. But other than that, like, you've been up there. Like, I can't pinpoint somewhere in the season where I go, yeah, they've had madnesses here, so I'm expecting it to come back out. Do you know what I mean? So for me, when Leicester did it, obviously it's completely different, but when Leicester did it, when they got to a point in the season, you're like, these guys know that they know that they need to win the Prem, and to do that, they need to win their games. And I think without them thinking about it, they're just going out there playing their football and they're getting the results.
But are you doing Manchester City a disservice by saying that? Because Arsenal still have to go to Etihad, and if City beat Arsenal and win the obviously Arsenal have got 8 points clear, but City also have a game in hand. So if City win that game in hand, it's a tough game in hand. They have
tough
because it's against Liverpool. But let's say City get through that. If City beat Arsenal at the Etihad, and let's have it right, City have a brilliant head-to-head record against Arsenal in recent seasons.
But Man City, if their Premier League season hasn't been like other seasons for me personally.
So you think Arsenal's winning the league then? You sound like a man that believes Arsenal's winning the league.
I think that Arsenal will win the league. And that's from me just watching them play the whole season. Like I said, when you see a team play that they're playing together, and I think going out Europa was, I'm happy you've gone out Europa, because I think you'll win the Prem now.
Okay, so you're one of the rare United fans that want to see Arsenal win the league?
I think at the end of the day, obviously I wouldn't be happy, but I would say I would always want the team that plays good football and wins games to win the league. And I think that was the same with Leicester. They had a banging season that time. Obviously it's going to be tough for you lot, but I think you guys have the mentality to do it. I firmly believe that. Arsenal
are playing a lot of teams.
I'll FaceTime you from the parade, yeah.
Arsenal are playing a lot of teams that are fighting for their lives, bruv.
That's true.
And also fight. Everyone's fighting for everything. So you got your next game's Leeds, and after that you've got Liverpool at Anfield.
That's a tough
game.
Gonna be a tough game.
You got West Ham away. They're fighting for their lives.
Yeah. That's
got Southampton at home, who's fighting for their lives, but you should win that.
That's another bogey team for Arsenal.
What? Okay, see. Then you got Man City away. Boy, we know that what's going to happen there. Then you got Chelsea at home. You should win that, I would say. They're moving dusty. And you got Newcastle away. Then you got Brighton at home. Nottingham Forest away. You're going to drop some points on that. But I'm not convinced Man City are going to go on a run that is just going to be win.
Yeah, I think Man City. I think both teams are capable of dropping points.
Yeah.
I think if Arsenal somehow get a result at Anfield, Etihad, and Chelsea, I think Arsenal have got enough about them to go and win the league.
Yes, it's a tricky run of games.
It is a tricky run of games, but I do expect, because I think as much as they're fighting for their lives, Arsenal's fighting for the Prem now. That's literally the only thing that Arsenal can fight for now, and these players seem like they've got belief about them.
So when you win second place, how would you rate your season?
I can't see us still winning second place for the next few years because I don't know what year we're talking about.
All right. Okay, let me represent the question. All right, when Arsenal, if Arsenal don't win the league and finish second place, how would you rate the season?
I would rate the season as I would had you offered that to me at the beginning of the season. That's you guys know me as a person. My expectations for me, I wouldn't be happy. But take me out of the equation, that's a good season for Arsenal. You finished 8th and had no Europe twice. You got into Europe after finishing 5th. You've just been knocked out of Europe. You're not expected to be a title challenger. You're even. What people said is last season, Arsenal need to get top 4 because every team's going to get better. So you're going to find it tougher to get top 4 the following season. Arsenal's actually now title challengers. So now when people are saying it again, Arsenal have to win the league because you're never going to be in this position again.
Yeah.
We've shown you once that you guys chat shit. So we're here. We're going to win the league, most likely.
Oh, so you're there now? Not deleting messages, you're there now?
I'm here now. Because I think right now, you're playing one... You've literally put yourself in a position now that you're just playing this one game a week now, and we've got a good enough team to do it. So I think those guys are resilient enough, and they've passed enough mental barriers that they I see this team winning the league. Like, it's a good story, it's a brilliant story, it's one that the Premier League will be proud of. Arsenal's going to win that league. I can't see City having like the runs that they normally do without coming to see us.
It's going to be interesting. But like I said,
but if they don't win the league and you finish second, yeah, I will probably hold hella banter for this episode.
It will be the biggest howler of howlers.
It won't be the biggest howler of howlers because we'd finished second out of
with no trophies, bro. You're playing a scintillating football, the best football that Arsenal played for years.
And we finished second and got Champions League. Stepping stone, we move.
Okay, fair dues. I don't believe that will be the case.
I would be happy.
Okay, the general Arsenal
consensus.
consensus.
You wouldn't.
I
saying
wouldn't be
general
happy,
Arsenal consensus.
Yeah, but general Arsenal consensus, you can't say that's not a good season.
But again, I keep seeing the thing that you've, again, got, I think it's like more points than anyone at this time of the season. I think that's what I've read.
No.
It's probably similar to City's last couple of seasons.
That's got to be wrong. Because that City and Man City won by 101 points.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I will say is those that have tried to minimise the season.
Or there's some kind of crazy stat out there. I know.
Arsenal doing undoubtedly well. Like I'll be honest, and they're playing really, really good football. Pay me to say that, but they are.
Yeah.
I know it's last season. They were playing really, really good football. Now it just feels like when they're playing, like even when they're under pressure, like the players, like if there's not a direct pass on, like a ball to feet, the players know where to play into space where someone will get it. They just seem very, very well drilled right now.
Yeah,
they're doing their thing, man.
I agree, man.
They are.
Let's go down the road to Spurs. Spurs have made the headlines for various reasons.
Can I just interrupt to say that even Sky Sports are saying that Conte's future is going to be decided in 48 hours.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
So he'll be gone. I think he'll be gone as well.
And the reason why Conte's future is due to be decided in 48 hours is he had some choice words after a performance where we saw Tottenham squander a 3-1 lead against Southampton to draw 3-3. It was when the third goal went in for Tottenham, and you saw the way Conte was celebrating. He seemed so happy,
yeah,
so fulfilled. So I can only imagine how deflated he was. How deflated he was when Tottenham squandered that lead to draw. The penalty was crazy. The penalty decision that went against them just looked like calamity all round.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys capture the game, capture the highlights?
Yeah, I saw I saw the highlights, and obviously I saw the most important part, the rant. I saw the initial rant. You know, after the game they have the talk on the backboard kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I saw that where it was like kind of mild.
He was warming up.
It was warming up.
Yeah, he was
and then
warming
he
up.
had the press conference rant. Wow,
Bro,
wow! You thought it was Tupac?
I was crying. I was crying.
Yeah, it was mad.
I've never seen someone literally decimate his own team. I couldn't work out whether he was going at the owners, going at it was just going at everybody.
He was just shooting, bruv. Whoever gets hit, bruv.
He said I'm not used to this. He said I'm not used to this. He said we're gonna finish like 6th or 7th. What is this? He said I'm not used to this. He says he said you can't pay me the money.
Oh my God.
Bro, Conte absolutely had an outburst.
Yeah,
he did.
But can I ask you boys a question? Did he lie?
No, he didn't lie. But it's just in the same breath, you just, as a manager, you just don't, bro. Like, you say that to your team, and then you go into this press conference, and you say like another version of events that doesn't make your team look washed.
Yeah, but coming in on the back of that, Marley Mart, is that I think it was the Champions League when I said that he came out proper late for his press conference, and I said to you guys, I thought he was gone from then. But I'm thinking now, did he have this outburst then, as in have a mad outburst and say, come on, but let's finish our season strong? Then he's just got to this point and like, nah, fuck this, man.
No, I think it's definitely a fuck this. It has to be, bro.
But are they his players? Is he taking?
Yeah, no,
is he taking the piss?
There is, bruv. He can't. I'm not.
They're his players.
They're his players.
So he's actually taking the piss then.
They've spent a cool ticket. He's chatting the most, bro.
Yeah,
like I can understand where he was saying he can't see the fire in the eyes of the players, kind of thing. I think that's just an Italian thing. You know, they're freaking passionate.
Yeah.
They're fucking mad passionate, bro. These Europeans, bro. Yeah, no, he's chatting the most, bro. Like you've been backed. The club has spent money more so than someone like Poch. Poch got them to a Champions League and then got fired the season after, bro. Like brothers like him that who've actually given the club time, got the team far with limited resources, and you've actually been given resources, and the team's playing the way they play. Like, I just don't think that the players gel with his personality, if that makes sense. I think some players are made for other managers, and certain players are made for certain managers. Like so, Conte works well in Italy, where you know you've got the the Kakus and the Cellinis, for instance. Like those are his kind of players. But with these, respectfully, Son, like he's a dope player, but he looks like he needs a soft arm around his shoulder kind of thing, like one of those players.
Because he gets it hard enough from his father. So
Yeah, definitely.
Real talk.
Yeah.
His father needs a TV show, you know. He really does, bro.
Jeez, but Tottenham aren't even out of the run-ins for top
exactly.
4. So
Yeah.
it's just like, why did you press that self-destruct button
Right now?
He's had enough. He's had enough, man. He's completely had enough, man. And I think the writing was on the wall, but I think it was intentional. I think after they squandered that lead, he said, I don't want to be here anymore, man.
To be honest, the rant was mad. But
Insane.
when you watch that game, because I only saw the highlights, but when you watch that and then you think, okay, 3-1 against Southampton, you think that's in their bag. Obviously, we know it's the Prem, things can change, but I think he's got to the point where he's like thinking in his head, these 3 points are pushing us up in the league. And then he's got to the point where he's like, there's a penalty in the 97th minute? What the hell? And then they go on to score it. It was a bad boy penalty by James Ward-Prowse, by the way. Top bins. But and he's got to that point where he's thought, this is mad. We have let a 2-goal lead. And the challenge as well for that penalty. I feel sorry for the player, bro. You saw it in there.
It made me laugh, man.
That was a rattled challenge.
Yeah,
like,
proper rattled. So yeah, like I get what because I think one of the things he said in that mad outburst, which I actually agree with, was that Tottenham, the players, they don't like to play under like a pressure. He's almost saying like the players just want to just play football, but don't want the pressure side of it, which is obviously the pressure side is like he's in the results business as a manager, and Tottenham need to get as high as possible.
But do you think like can he blame anyone but himself? Because with all due or no due respect, Tottenham have been who they are. They haven't, like he said, for 20 years they have not really done anything. They've won the League Cup. Yeah, I can't remember when that was, 2014 or was it 2014?
I don't know.
For 2004, I don't know. But
it's a lot. Yeah, they ain't won
about
nothing
14 years ago.
Yeah.
They I think they won their last trophy or what have you. They've not done anything, and Tottenham put themselves in the same. They mention themselves in the same breath as the rest of your quote unquote top six, and all those teams have won trophies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They've won trophies. So Tottenham had a great chance to win a trophy not that long ago. And then they sacked Mourinho, a guy who's renowned for winning a trophy with every team.
Madness.
Just before the final. So, I don't know, like, can Conte blame anyone but himself? He went to a team like that. Like, the writing was on the wall. And essentially in these rounds, he's saying it doesn't matter who comes here. Like, the result's going to be...
Yeah.
He said it doesn't matter who manages this club. He said the result is going to be the same.
Yeah, he's come out and said that he wasn't going at the board, but his statement doesn't suggest that he's only coming at the players. Pause.
Yeah.
Like he is
pause.
That big pause. Yeah, he was definitely aiming his shots at the board, and like warranted. He as you asked, did he lie? He didn't lie.
Yeah,
but bro, just don't say that in front of the mic, bruv.
Yeah,
like allow it.
I'm with you. So we think Conte gets sacked. Does Tottenham stay top four, or do they fall out of it?
No, I think they might fall out of it. I have a funny feeling Liverpool are going to get it for some reason.
Yeah,
I would like Brighton to. I would actually like Brighton to, but I feel
it's going to be an interesting end to the season. Yeah, for sure.
Brighton getting it means they might beat us though, so maybe not.
Maybe. Okay. All right. Let's just crack on to another team in London. Chelsea were playing Everton. Chelsea, we are normally renowned. There's not many goals that go in at Stamford Bridge. I think Chelsea themselves had scored 14 goals at Stamford Bridge before that game and only conceded 8. So, you wouldn't be... what's the word I'm looking for? You wouldn't be begrudged for thinking it might be one of them ball draws or something like that. But actually, it took a while for it to heat up, but the second half, it did just that. And goals came flying in.
Yeah.
Score ended 2-2. Sean Dyche has done all right for Everton since he's come in.
He's trying. He's definitely trying.
He's trying. They're still going to get relegated though. But no, they're not. Maybe they're not. West Ham, Bournemouth and Southampton are bottom of the table. Leicester City are mad close.
Yeah.
Yeah, the relegation battle is a crazy one to call, because all of a sudden Leicester went from winning games to now they've gone back to being cack.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Chelsea game, obviously Chelsea seemed like they were building up a bit of momentum.
Yeah. I think I don't think they expected to draw this game. I think they fully thought they were going to win this game personally, especially like from the past results. Yeah. I think they were hoping to go on a kind of like a roll, like with a bit of momentum. João Felix scored his first goal for Chelsea after hitting a post how many times in the last like few games? So
no, I think he scored. I think he scored already.
What, in the Prem?
Not in. He scored against Chelsea, no?
Against Chelsea?
No. West Ham. Sorry, West Ham. Big one. Yeah, he scored against West Ham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like João Felix got. I remember where Chelsea kind of got scammed in that game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's finally scored anyway after hitting the post for the last few games.
Yeah. He looked quite lively.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He looks a player. They should probably sign him. But they need to. I'll be honest. I ain't feeling Potter at all.
Really?
I ain't feeling him one bit. Not at Chelsea. That's not a place for him. I think he's sinking.
Yeah.
I think what everyone said in terms of like the job might be too big for him. I think that is a real solid statement.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right there. I mean, he has had a lot to contend with. Obviously, a bunch of players to obviously try and build a team with. Brand new. I can only imagine what the training sessions are looking like as well. Big, a lot of egos to try and manage as well. But obviously, seeing them string some performances together, somewhat. Obviously, get through to the next round of the Champions League, as what have you not. I think these are all good learning, a good learning curve for Potter, and I think give him a pre-season. I think it's a bit too harsh to just throw the book at him.
Yeah, he will get a pre-season. I can't see it going like his season imploding from here, whereby they decide to make a decision to sack him. Because if they were gonna sack him, they would have sacked him already by now.
Yeah,
they're gonna get knocked out in the next round of the Champions League.
They got
Real, isn't it?
Real Madrid, yeah.
Real Madrid. They just they had the kind of win knocked out of themselves with
El Clasico.
El Clasico,
yeah. They seem to be all over Barca, but yeah, Barca did a real smash and grab.
100%. Good game as well.
Yeah, man. So it looks like that's the only trophy Real Madrid can really play for, with being 12 points off the pace in the Liga. You kind of expect Barca to wrap that one up. But yeah, so it's probably not the greatest fixture for Chelsea to have, but at the same time, Chelsea they've done weird things, man. Obviously, wouldn't be the first time we've seen them languish in mid-table and come out with a Champions League trophy. So yeah, Chelsea were unfortunate. Well, I don't know if we can call it unfortunate, but they were winning the game 2-1 at the time, and then Everton got a debut goal from Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice little goal, and the way he strided into the box and put that away. Quite confident, but just to touch on because I'm gonna look to wrap the podcast up soon. But just before I do that, City wasn't playing in the Prem, but Pep and company locked horns.
Yeah,
that was in the FA Cup, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What's that? Another hat trick for
another hat?
Yeah, for Haaland.
Problem child. After getting one in the midweek as well
against Leipzig.
Yeah. Well,
he's a problem.
Yeah,
2 goals off of his best scoring season, which was 44. Ooh. That was his first season at so he was at Salzburg, and then when he moved to Dortmund, so it's split. I think he moved in January or something. But yeah, he's a problem, man. He's a problem. What was Messi and Ronaldo's best goal scoring season? Was like 100 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
In a calendar year.
Yeah.
Boy, he might get that, you know.
Do we know what he's on at the moment?
In a calendar year, no, not as of I need to check that. But the kid is
he's breaking records.
20. Is it 22 years old as well?
Yeah,
but allow it.
So, but Burnley have been a pretty great side in the Championship. They've been completely transformed. They play ball. So to come up against Man City, one might have expected probably a tighter and a more interesting game, especially if they're looking like they're coming straight into the Premier League.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of a preview into what we can come to expect next year. What do you think Vincent Kompany's thinking after getting panoggered? Was it 6-0?
Yeah,
6-0.
Yeah, man, that's not the kind of scoreline that anybody wants to lose by in any measure, irrespective of there being a league difference. But what do you think that tells Kompany, like with the Premier League being in his horizons?
Speaking from experience of losing by more than 6 goals, I realise it can be a learning experience for managers. you can learn a lot from those results.
Yeah.
So I think all he does is he knows, as you said, they're getting promoted for sure. Yeah. So he already knew. He used to play for Man City, so he kind of just recognises where his team's at. This is probably good for when he comes into the Prem next season to know what he needs to do to, maintain a standard of competitiveness. But yeah, I mean, 6-0 with Haaland, like it's kind of not surprising. They'll do this. They'll probably do it once more before the season's done.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't have that much pushback on that. So obviously, Man City goes through. going through as well to the semis. They're probably going to be favourites alongside yourselves, Manchester United, for the FA Cup. And what do you think with Haaland finding these goal scoring like that? He's never really lost his goal scoring form, but just finding that crazy goal scoring form again. Do you think that City fans can be excited by that? Obviously, with the title race running with Arsenal. I
think they all know, City fans, if they watch their team play, they know that if the ball's going to him, then they know that, and he's getting the goals.
He's got.
But if they don't feed him, he's not getting the goals. It's simple as that, isn't it? Like, so
his eye for goal, you genuinely can't teach that. You know, like if you watch him. Like people say, like he's a poacher. He sniffs out goals, kind of thing. Like he's always there, but he makes himself always there. He's so good.
Yeah. No, he's a problem, man. He's a problem. All right, guys, man. That's gonna be us for now. We got the international break
coming up.
Did you hear Rashford pulled out of the England team?
What a G.
He's a G.
Yeah.
What a G.
Hold tight yourself. Keep it up.
You know what I'm expecting? I'm hoping Bukayo Saka follows suit in the next couple of days.
No chance.
That's really what I'm hoping.
Honestly, they should, maybe, it's going to be hard for Saka because he played. With Rashford, I understand, bro. Like you was at the World Cup, you were actually scoring goals, one of the better players, and then you were left out of the team. Bruv, bun this team, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
Yeah. I mean, someone said, another United fan outside the group, Morris.
Yeah.
He said that actually, Rashford actually did pick up a bit of a knock, so he's a little bit apprehensive. Like, is this injury real? But I don't think.
Yeah, he picked something up, but I think you could just about see when Eric Ten Hag took him off. He said, "Are you all right?" And I think he kind of gave him like a nod. So I think it's like he's picked up something. It's not major, but it's like, yeah, Man United's my main focus now.
I feel like they plan it. I feel like they plan it ahead of time. Like between like manager and player, they would say, like, I'm going to take you off, like, pretend like you got a little bit of a niggle, just so when we release this report that you're injured, it makes it a little bit more believable. As I said, we've got 9 games in April, bro.
Yeah.
How many
he doesn't need England.
How many times are they playing? Is it twice as well?
Yeah.
Friendlies, bro. You just had a World Cup. Why?
They qualifiers, Euro qualifiers.
Who cares, man? Do you know what I mean? Like, bro,
it's a big game though. Italy, England.
Boo, bro. Boo, man.
I think no one at this moment in time is focused on internationals.
Nobody.
It's one of the most annoying times. It's just like the premise heating up, and then boom.
You've already you stopped the Prem to do the World Cup, which was incredible.
It was
tournament,
incredible, yeah.
But we don't need this. Like, if they genuinely done a vote of between local fans, like, do you want to see England friendlies in midweek, like during this busy period of the Premier League season? No, everyone was like, I guarantee you probably won't get over 5% people saying yes, we want it.
I make you guys right. Let's go over to the back pages. Is there anybody that stole the show for you? Anybody that deserves to be on those back pages, getting those plaudits for you guys? I'm gonna start off with yourself, Marley Mar.
Yeah, I will go for a player that I saw this weekend who looks so promising that I'm hoping Tenny's watching. All right, so I'm gonna go with Ferguson for Brighton, 18-year-old striker.
Okay.
From Ireland, very, very wavy, very, very like mad composed. Like his first goal across the weekend was very, very sweet, composed. His second finish was just turn of pace, slotted it. Like 18 years old. When I heard he was 18, I was like, this guy knows what he's doing.
Okay, he's cooking, yeah?
Yeah, he's definitely cooking. So Ferguson for Brighton. That's what I'm going to go for.
Yeah, what about you, Dre, man?
I hate to say it, but I'll probably, just because of the amount of goals, Haaland. Because he got 3 midweek against Leipzig and then 3 again in the FA Cup. His numbers are going to turn out crazy. And
did he get 3 or did he? I swear he got like 5. Am I thinking wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right, innit? He got 5 in it.
Was it 5?
He was moving mad. Yeah.
Maybe I stopped watching at 3.
Yeah, he was going to get a double hat trick.
Yeah. Oh, that you're right. Yeah,
double hat trick.
Yeah, Haaland.
Double, and then Pep made it all about himself as he does, and then drags him.
Drags him off. Yeah. But that's why I think I lost interest in that game, because I think the Leipzig one was where it was just mad injustice, where it was given a handball for a penalty that I didn't think was a handball, I thought it was soft. And then obviously that got slotted, and then I think after that it was a downward hill for Leipzig. I don't know how it ended up like that, because before that it was actually an all right game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haaland for me, he's putting the numbers on the board, and I hope that it stops soon.
Yeah, Haaland and Ferguson. Well, I'm going to take a leaf out of Draymond's book, and I'm going to give it to a guy that plays for my team, Arsenal, Bukayo Saka. The guy can do no wrong. He's the star boy. He's now, like I said earlier on, he's 10 and 10 goals and assists. This guy's going to bring the Premier League to the Emirates, man, at his young age. We love it, baby.
He's going to bring a silver medal to Emirates.
Anyway.
In recent news, Man United will receive more than 5 bids for the club on Wednesday, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe vows not to spend
promising.
Price. I didn't know we had 5 people that are going to bid to the club. That's fantastic.
Promising.
Looking good. Things are looking very, very good.
Could be a busy transfer window.
To be fair, you guys have always had money, so I mean, what's going to change? You're just going to have more money.
Just want to spend more money, isn't it? Yeah.
Spend more money, but bro, we need, I think Ronaldo, he already told everyone all our flaws, like with stadiums and training equipment.
Listen, you guys give that guy a freaking statue, because this guy, even when he did that craziness, he actually helped your club out.
I ain't mad at him.
I wouldn't believe.
I ain't mad at him. He's still a club legend, and he'll forever be a club legend.
and even more so because what he's done for your club in this season alone. Honestly, trust me. In hindsight, you guys owe him one.
Were you saying it was planned?
I don't know if it was planned, but you definitely owe him one. All right, so that's good. That's us for the week anyway. I hope you guys have been entertained. I've been your host, Strives. Been with Drayman and Marley Mar. We'll be back next week and the week after. Keep tuned in. Obviously, you know where to find us. And yeah, man, see y'all soon. We out.